Well, good afternoon, everyone. Wilder Stricken Doggish and Disticast, Kubrakovich here with our keeper of the sports and recreation, Craig Beaulieu. Special guest today, of course. We have a lot of things happening at the First Nations and Treaty 2 territory, in our nation, and our government. So, Craig, what's happening these days with the summer games? Tell us a little bit about yesterday. The opening ceremonies was unbelievable, and we have lots of athletes there today. So tell us a bit about what's happening.
Well, today we're going to be doing all the finals are going to be for all the sports. We're at Dauphin Lake right now. The golfing is going on. We have some pretty highly skilled golfers here. Hayden Lequette's leading the pack right now. He's doing really good. There's a lot of really good athletes back home in ebb and flow. It's going to be it's looking good. It's going to be a good day. A lot of good ball players. Like basketball, like it's grown so much since I was a kid in the nations. It's a beautiful thing. I love it.
Wow, excellent. And last night, of course, a great bonfire, a great engagement around the bonfire. Tell us a bit about that.
Well, with our engagements, we usually do on stage with a screen type thing. But I felt I wanted to be more intimate, more with these kids. I wanted to sit with them, not in front of them. So I got the idea, like, we're sitting around a fire right now, and I asked Marlene, like, you have some prizes, let's get this engagement going. So I think I did the first ever bonfire engagement, man.
Wow, awesome. And that's bringing back to the ancestral way, of course, blood memory, that must have triggered. And of course, great work, by the way, with the Nakadawe Wanan. I think it looks awesome. Policy and legal reviewed it again, and it's really sharp. It's ready to go. And I think the nation's going to be very, very happy with that, to be able to have our own law in sports and recreation for our youth, for the arts and all the leisure that is happening in our territory, and that really hammers the notion of youth first, right?
Oh, definitely. Like definitely youth first approach. I want to give you say the law is looking really good. I got to give a shout out to our legal and policy team and Chantel and Alan. They really helped me solidify this the way it is now, and I'm really proud of it. I shared it with the youth last night, and they were amazed. I used an example saying, so say there's a music program, it's only for ages 10 to 15 or whatever, and a 16-year-old really feels they want to do it, and they would have been not able to do it, right? Just to a barrier. So again, I'll say the law is free of barriers. So any type of barrier that you may have faced, it's free of that. You will be able to access anything in the Odaminoang circle: sports, recreation, arts, land-based, and leisure. It's all available to everyone, no matter who it is no matter who it is as a citizen of our territory.
Right on. And wow, is there ever exciting news on MTN Live, Treaty 2 territory, Facebook website, you name it? There is lots of news happening. Look at the amazing bonfire that happened last night, right? So I have to hats out to all involved, and what about the local nation? The local nation itself has done an amazing job uh, in a short period. Without we had no support whatsoever from Canada, Manitoba, Saskatchewan, those provinces that really say that they're doing so much for our Indigenous, our Anishinaabe, and our Innu youth, but yet they never came out. They never supported us. So you got to really kudos to your team and the local nation. Tell us a bit about how the local nation came about.
Well, we are with the way we're structured. We have to have circles in the nation. So Tyrone Desjarlais, who's a great youth rep from Kakakwikajung, they made the pitch to we wanted to do summer games. Like, we were gonna wait till next summer, but he wanted to go. So we couldn't say no. The excitement was there. We built off that. We put together a really good circle in the nation, and they got it together in less than a month. Yeah, even 2 weeks ago, they were still there cutting grass, and the grounds are still wet a little bit. It's great. It's how it is now. it's amazing, and it's amazing we did it the way we did without any support from Canada. The local nation really came together. There was some they did all the logistics they did, right. So they needed to get the island ready. They needed to get the roads in ready, and everyone really came together, and that's exactly what's needed in all the nations to keep moving this forward. And so for the Winter Games next year, we're going to be set up great. We're going to do a concept the same way with a local nation, putting in a pitch for Winter Games, and it's gonna be great. Like, and the engagement last night with the kids from Kitsikachwana, they they're really good fishermen. Like, they want to include that somehow in the Winter Games, and I think we can definitely do an ice fishing thing, snowshoeing thing, and it's gonna be good.
Wow. So the Winter Games 2023 already is starting to be planned. That's awesome.
Yes.
The opening ceremonies, of course, MTN Live just did an incredible job promoting what's happening with the opening ceremonies, but it's just amazing work that's going on in our territory for our nation and for the government of FNT2T. What are your closing remarks to gearing up to the schedule today? So you said that there's final games going on right now. We have events that are very close to closing up, and they are going to be shown. All the talents are going to be in are they finals? Are they just does everyone get a medal? Like, how does that work?
Well, we do have finals, so there's gold, silver, and bronze.
Okay.
And everyone gets swag, like our summer games stuff. Everyone's got that, so making sure they're not going home empty-handed. They have good experiences. Last night I asked some of the athletes, "Are you making friends?" So that goes deeper than any medal. You're making friends from other nations. Because we're one nation. Treaty 2 is a nation.
Yeah.
And we have to connect this way. This is how we're going to be a stronger nation. And doing things like this, starting. This is planting the seed for these future generations to be friends for a long time, because some of my oldest friends are from hockey teams and football, all that stuff. Some of my oldest friends are bonds that I built on sports playing fields. So it's going to continue. This is going to continue. It's going to snowball. They're going to be excited to see each other every event we have. Like, this is just the beginning. This is the spearhead of a much bigger platform we have ready to go.
And absolutely. And you talk about how sport just unites everyone. Later or earlier today, this year, Gardner McDougall, of course, who's a really good friend of mine from my OCN Blizzard days, and we hired him as the coach of the Blizzard, our first coach out there, and he won the Memorial Cup. So you look at that as, the friendship just continues, right? So I had the chance to bring Ogama Bone and some of the Ogamas to his dressing room a few years ago when we were in New Brunswick. And he showed the pictures before he got there, and he showed the pictures after he got there. 16 years later, 6 championships, and just the unity of all the friendship. He showed pictures of friends and friends and friends of players that became friends in lifetime, and they brought their families together. So it's really neat how you were saying that this will continue. The Winter Games 2020, of course, in Panamotang, the nation did a tremendous job, an unbelievable job. And next nation's going to be able to set the bar from there. Look at what happened in the Winter Games and then Summer Games, of course, and it's all about the friendships. We found that these games actually, Ogichita McLean stepped in as Ogichita in December, and he's done a wonderful job supporting us, supporting the vision of what Ogichita Eastman started and Ogichita Bone started. So many of our Ogamas started the legacy of making sure our youth come 1st. And this is exactly what the Summer Games is about. So with that was Craig Beaulieu, and of course the host, Bo Kubrakovich, here with MTN Live. We will be having another broadcast later on today just to give you quick updates on what's happening out there. But before you go, I'd just like to show Ogama Catchway. He was out in his nation yesterday, and of course, treaty payments were yesterday, and so much activity going on in his nation is just incredible. the amount of work that's happening in Skownan. Hats off to Skownan. They have their treaty days, and of course, all the treaty days in our territory are doing a wonderful job. Next week, Keisha Coonan has Panamotang. I do believe Ebb and Flow is going to be doing theirs as well as the powwow. So there's lots of activity that's going on right now, and this is just amazing work that everyone is doing and everyone's pitching in. Well, with that, Craig, keep up the great work. You're doing a wonderful job. I think governance is probably going to steal you one of these days from sports and recreation because of the law that you did and worked with the youth. The Youth Council, of course, passed the law and pushed it up to the governing council, and the governing council is taking it to the Grand Council 23rd of August. Make sure you register, make sure you're there. You, as a member, have that responsibility to get to Kakuakajan as soon as you can on the 23rd, 24th. Make sure that you help out the consensus government. What does consensus mean? Everyone agrees on things. We're not looking at going into a battle with ourselves, where the battle is with Canada, the battle is with other colonial governments. The battle isn't with ourselves. It's we need to unite as a nation in the territory. So with that, Wabasha Kanu Dakishan Disnakas for MTN Live, and my buddy and my guest, Craig Beaulieu, signing off. Hegasani, Miigwech, and the Naskamen. Thank you.